What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. So obviously, we're on my cell phone right now. This is a capability in iPhone, in case you don't know. If you swipe down in your control panel, just so you guys know this, you can add this little bottom right section, which is called screen recording. Just quickly to show you how to do that, if you go to your settings, you go down here to where right here where I'm pushing it says Control Center. You want to go in there. And you see right here in the top section, it's talking about included controls, and on the bottom of mine, you see screen recording. Well, that is originally not in the top ones, clearly. It will be down here under more controls. And what you have to do is hit the little green plus sign on the left to add it in over here. Once you do that, you can back up, you can exit, and then when you go back to your control panel, you'll see screen recording there. Now, if you press and hold this, you can turn your microphone on, or you can press it and turn your microphone off, meaning you can screen record without audio, or you can screen record with audio. So that's how I'm doing this. I've only known this for about a year, but this is definitely a really cool feature and allows me to show you guys how I make my videos. So the app that I use, guys, for my videos is the one on the bottom called InShot, right here beside my Google Wi-Fi. It's called InShot. So we're going to tap that and go into InShot. So I believe this is an app that you have to purchase, and I believe I paid either $2.99 or $3.99 for it. There may be a free version, and I went ahead and I think for a cheap price of $5 or something, I got everything that they offered, meaning transitions and all that. So when you first open it up, you've got, it's actually changed a lot since I've even used it. But you got videos. This is how I create my thumbnails. And then you got collages, which I've never used. So anyways, I will tap on video. And as you can see, I've done at the very bottom, there's a draft that I did for my church, which actually these can build up. And I did that for the church, but I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to actually delete that. I've got my last video, which we could go into that, I guess. It's the last one I posted. And then I actually threw some clips in here to show you. But we'll just go into my old video before I delete it. So, never mind. I've already deleted the clips from that. So let's just go ahead and delete that. And I just like to keep it clean because the app itself can get kind of clunky if you don't delete drafts. So let's go into this one. And this is just clips from tonight. Here's one. I'm just going to slide through at the bottom. And this is where we were carving the pumpkin earlier. This is when Natalie was going to do the intro for me for today. We were playing around and I said no. And this was over at the beach several weekends ago where my little one, Sarah Jane, was playing in the fountain. So obviously at the bottom with my finger, I am sliding this from left to right. Now between the clips, you will notice right here, see the little white box. The white box between these two clips. If I click on that, that's where it gives me my transition options. So if I do it and I've tapped this, it's showing me with the slider bar at the top, how long do I want it to transition to the next video, long, or I could do it really short. So it's a bloop, real fast, which is what the point of a transition there. So somewhere in the middle, to make it a smooth transition, you play with that. Then you've got all these options. Now, again, I purchased, like the premium thing I haven't spent more than $10 in this. Let me put it that way. $10 cheap. It definitely, worth it. But you have all these different transitions. These are the ones where you can just view what do you like best, like the old VHS tape, where it just spins around, totally, so many options, right? So I don't want to spend too much time in one section, but that's transitions. Now, if I like this so much, I like this circle one, and it's the perfect speed. See on the top left of the two double check marks? You can click that and apply this to all the clips if you wanted it all to be the same. I would tap and say apply to all. If I just want this one, I'd hit the check mark in the top right, and now we're back to where we started, and it shows a little circle icon down there, right above the time. So just other things getting you familiar. I should probably have done this first. If I want to go back, hit the back button on the top right. It says draft save, go back to video, tap it again. We're back where we were. So the top left, you've got the arrow. Edit, you've got on the top right, when you're finished, you see the square with the arrow pointing up on the top right under battery. That is when you're finished. You tap that, you hit save. It's going to save it to my iPhone photos, and I can change the resolution. This is actually new. It normally never asks that, but it's on, I always do 1080p, and currently I've done 30 frames per second, but I can do 60 if I like, and then it tells you the estimated size of the file. And obviously if I go to 60, it almost, it adds not much more on this one, but sometimes it's a huge difference in file size. So I'll leave it on 30. So if I tap, we'll get away from that. And then again at the bottom, you've got the time. You see there, the total time on the bottom right is 56 seconds for all 3 clips. And then I am currently on 4 seconds here. So let's go back to 0. Now let's go through these. The canvas, when you click on that, obviously you've got kind of little symbols here. YouTube is 16 by 9. If you're doing Instagram, it's got that. If you've got TikTok, you've got Apple, and then you've got just some generic sizes. So my canvas will always be for YouTube. That's what I primarily post to. So there. And then if I want to zoom, I can actually zoom in. And you notice on the video, if you want it zoomed in, I do use this for my logo pictures, or whatever you want to call that, my intro pictures. Speaking of which, we'll go and grab that here in a second. And then background, you can actually do some weird things. I've actually never played with this, to be honest with you. There's so much here. Gradient, I guess this is probably more for a picture, but anyways, I'm going to hit none to clear everything out. All right, so like if I'm like, oh man, I added my 3 clips, but I want to add, I forgot my Mr. Ferguson screen. You hit the plus sign and it says, and you can right here add a blank slide, or you can add photos and videos. If I hit that, it takes me right to my photos and videos. I can scroll, and eventually I can find where my Mr. Ferguson stuff is. Yeah, I've got thousands of, I'm under video, no wonder. I got to go to photo and then scroll down, and then I can find Mr. Ferguson section pictures. There we go. So Mr. Ferguson, we'll pick that one. So bam, and then boom. So there's Mr. Ferguson. And so anyways, that's how you can add it. Now, if I want to add that not only to the beginning, but the end, I would tap it. And if you scroll all the way over, you've got duplicate. Bam, duplicated. Now, if I press and hold on the bottom here, on the green Mr. Ferguson, I'm going to press and hold. It like basically backs out. Now, here's like an overview of all the clips and pictures I've got in here. I can take one of these. I'm just pressing on it and sliding it over, and then I can tap that one on the end, and there we go. And then I can just tap that transition one. We can do this, and that's how you quickly can end the video. Then we can hit play there and watch what it's going to look like, and quickly it's just boop, Mr. Ferguson. So that's how I do that. And we could scroll all the way over to the beginning. We would do, some kind of transition here. If we wanted to, like we did before, we wanted to be a slow going in, that'll be fine. So going back to the left, we've got our canvas. Then we got music. If I want to add music, it's going to be difficult here while I'm recording my audio, but basically they have free tracks here. You go here, all of these that are in here, these are your choices. You can just come here. I'm home for Christmas. If I wanted that, I would tap it and just hit the little pink box there. It would download and this turn into the word use. I would tap use, and basically it would throw it in there. Actually, let me try it. There you go. All right, and there it is. And so now you can see that audio clip on top. And if I want to move that, I can move it this way. If I wanted it to start in the middle of a clip, I can kind of adjust. I'm just pressing and holding as I do this and dragging this thing where I want it to start. So if I want it to start right after this transition, which I don't even know if we can hear it. Let's try.
Now official.
Okay, so maybe it is playing it to where you guys can hear it. Hopefully you can. Let's hit stop. Now, the other thing is, let's say I want to start there and I want it to play all the way into the end, and then I want it to cut off before it hits Mr. Ferguson. What you want to use is split. So I would just split that clip. Now I've split that clip into 2. I can take this end piece, put it wherever I want, or tap it and just hit delete. and now it's gone. If I said, oh crap, I needed that, look beside to the left of the play button, there's a back arrow. Now I just brought it back. I can also bring it back, and if I didn't want to clip it, I can hit the back arrow again and it puts it back together. Or if I want to go back to where I was, split, move, delete. So you just because you accidentally delete something doesn't mean it's gone forever. There's a undo and redo button. So that's that. Same thing with the clips. And you've also got effects. These are the effects where you can add hand clapping, looks like laughter, heartbeat, all these different sounds. You can add those in if you like. Also, you've got recording. So if you've got all of these pictures, kind of like Super, hey, with all your pictures, you could do record. And if I would tap that, it would start recording, and I could talk over the slideshow of pictures and just record what you're looking at or whatever I want to do. So that's pretty cool. I've used that a few times, but mainly I just do a one take and throw my videos in here and chop them up. So that's audio. Let me hit check mark. We're good there. Then you got stickers where you guys can see where I add you see this all the time. You see my subscribe one. That's the one I'll throw out here. You can adjust it big, small, however you want. I can slide it over here in the corner, all that good stuff. You've got GIFs. We can throw those in there if we want, whatever. I'm just kind of showing you what you have options to do, but that's where your stickers are. Then you got the regular emojis, however big you want to make them, all that good stuff. There's many options, and some of these you can purchase. Some of them you can just download and they're free. Whatever you want, they probably got it in here, but that's the sticker packs. And if you want to just back them out, clearly you just hit the X and get rid of them. But that's how you can do stickers. The other thing I've been playing with, as you guys have seen recently, is on the far left there, you got the little bag, but to the right of that, you've got photos. So you can choose photos from your camera, and boom, there you go. You could throw a picture of grass, and fit it in, and that's what I kind of do with Maria's yard and stuff in the last few videos. That's how you just add photos. So you can do those as stickers, and then text, obviously. Same thing. We type some words. That was what I used in my thumbnails most of the time. You can go to colors. You can change however you want that to go. Hit border. You can change the border and how you want that to look, obviously. You can add a label if you want a label for the background. If you're doing like a thumbnail and you want something specific, if you want this to fade in, a slow fade in, you can. If you want it to move in, however you want it to pop into screen. If you want it to teeter, all these loops, transitions, all these things, so many options that I don't even take, obviously I don't take advantage of all of them. I don't want to get too complicated, but you can also change font. There's lots of fonts and what you like. Change the fonts and how you want to, roll with it. I prefer, for the thumbnails you guys have seen, this Sedgwick Avenue. I like that the best, so that's what I use most of the time for myself. But lots of options there. So that's text. So we'll back out of that. And that is pretty much stickers and text, because you got your own. You can just go right into text if you want to, but most time it's right there by stickers. Then you got filters. You got effects that you can add. There you go. Like, it makes it look like a video, and it's not. That's just a picture. But you can make it look like the TV. You guys have seen that, the glitch. You can adjust the value, make it more or less, apparent. Then you got beach, distort, same thing. These are kind of weird. Wavy, I've done that before. These are like, you can add these little things as intros into the videos, which I don't know, that looks like sun baked out or something. Little crazy looking things. Anyways, all those you can do. Let's see, can I delete that? So anyways, that's basically, I don't do a whole lot of those, but that's filters. Duration, I've never trimmed it this way. The way I do it, guys, is if I find something I don't want to have in the video, is I would just hit split, and then I'd play it, and when say, okay, I want to start it right there, I'd hit split again, highlight that section, and hit delete. So then it would just cut like that. So, and then go to the transition. So, and if I don't like that, I can always back it, back it, and redo that if I want to get it, if the audio needs to be corrected or whatnot. But obviously I wouldn't be talking, I'd be listening to the audio to see exactly where I want to cut it. I haven't used pre-cut. I don't know what that is, haven't used that. Split I use all the time. Then you got volume. If I tap on, obviously, let me go back and make this clip all one again. There we go. If I tap on this clip and do volume, I pretty much always go to 200%. And again, this is when I do most of the time apply to all. So I do click apply to all there most of the time. So all of my talking video points are the same volume or close to it. And then beside that, you got speed. If we want to speed it up a little bit, I have used this, especially when I'm spraying or cutting grass. Look, yeah, it just made that 1.5 seconds because I sped it up so fast. But yeah, you can play with that. It also it changes the volume and how people talk, so be careful with that. But that's pretty simple. And then now we're back to normal speed. Duplicate, you can obviously, like I said, I normally use that for photos, duplicating the front and the last. Cropping, I haven't used that before. That's new. It's probably why that yellow symbol is there. Rotate, I have not used. Freeze, I've not really used that before either. And then you got some type of settings, which looks like 30 frames. Yeah, that's new. That's pretty much all I use. So it's very basic. Normally I'll hit my music right here. I'll put it on. I'll make sure I have the right canvas. It goes right into me talking. I'll kind of watch it here and cut out the sections where I mumble or repeat myself or whatnot. Add in those stickers, add in the subscribe button, things of that nature. Do transitions. Make sure I like it, and then like this section, if I didn't like where I look at myself and I don't, because I don't like that, I would, when she laughs and it starts to turn, I would hit split right here and I would delete that out. So then you don't see me. It just goes to her, and then boom, it transitioned over to Sarah Jane running or whatever. This is just obviously a practice video, but and then you'll never know I was even there. So that's kind of how I do it. It's very simple. That's why I like it on iPhone. Once you're done, now obviously my videos, see in the bottom right, this is 1 minute total, and you've got some type of Christmas music, and we did no stickers, but I would hit the top right, I would hit save. And I don't know if this may actually go fast, but I hit save. Yeah, this is going really fast compared to my videos when I'm done. But when you do this, you don't obviously want to lock your screen or switch to anything. You just set it on the charger, set it down at your desk, let it save it. And once it's complete, it should go to a black screen. Well, this is what I meant by black screen. Now you can go to YouTube from here. I think I did that in the very beginning, but I don't do that anymore. It saves it into your Apple Photos. So at this point, I go back, I hit back again, and it saved it as a draft. Now I don't want to keep that, so I'm going to hit this and hit delete. So now I have no more drafts, and it's not clogging up my, now you see there's the video right there. But if I hit exit, we're basically done with InShot now. My video is saved, so if I go to photos down here, actually it's up top, I was wrong. Oh, is it up top or bottom? No, it's at the bottom. Let me go to the bottom. There we go. So there it is, 103 down there at the bottom. So if we click that, there it is. And you should see whatever we saved is here. To the home screen. You can just look at my pretty apps here, but that is basically how I make my videos. Then I go over to my YouTube, I hit upload, add the title, and I make my thumbnails. Now quickly, I'll real fast show you thumbnails. Go back to InShot, go to photos. When you want to add a photo, let's add this one of Kevin. Now here is where I do have to play with canvas. You want to go to canvas, it's set for Instagram. But if I do 16:9, again, that is for YouTube. Now, depending on what your camera settings are, you may have to do the zoom and zoom in some. I did when my camera was on the default setting for Apple's pictures, but you may want to go up some, and you may need to zoom in to make it fill in and not have it look like these blurred edges on the outside. Remember my first 3 videos or 2 videos, if you go back and look at them, they weren't set properly. I learned how to fix that, and now they are set to where I don't have the blurry lines. But once you get that done, you hit the check mark, and literally you're just adding text. And let's see if I can spell test. There we go. And if I like that and all that good stuff, I make it big, throw that in the corner. And then if you want to do a sticker, like I said, put some rabbit ears up there or whatever, you know, boom, there you go. And if you're happy with that, there's your thumbnail. You would come up here and you would hit save, and now it's done. And then at that point, what I do is email it to myself, basically. I go on my home computer, download it, and as soon as my video is uploaded, I save that thumbnail as the video's thumbnail and custom pictures. So basically, guys, that's how I do my YouTube videos. Very simple. Depending, like I said last video, it depends on how long you want to, you know, set and edit. You could add in a lot of text, corrections, pictures, GIFs, funny things, things of that nature, and take way more time and make it very, you know, and you put that much effort in it. And I've done that before and had like 40 views. And I'm like, wow. And then I'll do some where I talk about a topic that most people want to hear about, and it'll get 200 views. And it's like, well, why do I sit there and edit all that when most people don't seem to care about the editing? So I hope this, guys, has helped you out. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if it helped anybody. Let me know if you purchase InShot and if you like it. I'm no means an expert, but this is how I do it. And eventually, I would like to transition to doing it on the computer, but it's really a hassle since I'm using a phone for my recording. It's just easier to edit it on the phone. If I have something like a Hero 8 or a GoPro, I could see where just hooking it up to the computer might be easier. For me, I use the phone and I'm happy with it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, and we'll see you on the next one.